We then all fell asleep. Ah! We heard our mommy scream in the morning, which woke us up. We then all door to the awake. What the fuck? Dr. Morcassius said when we awoke. Just then, Mommy literally kicked down the door to a room. Wake up! We're going home today! Yelled Mommy into her room. What? I asked. There you are, said Mommy. Mommy then grabbed me and yanked me right out of my bed. Mommy, I need my wheelchair, I said. Sam, Marcus, pack up your things and make sure his wheelchair makes it out to the car, ordered Mommy. What the fuck is going on? Dr. Morcassius asked. We could hear Grandpa laughing from his bedroom. Oh boy, Grandpa, what did you do? Said Sam with anger in his voice as he was walking over to Grandpa's room. What is going on? Daddy asked. At this point, Mommy was carrying me in the hallway, or guest bedroom was in, and right outside our door, and I could see Dad come out of his room and into the hallway. Marvin, I am sorry, we're going home, said Mommy. What? Why? Daddy asked. How about you take a look for yourself, because I can't put it into words, said Mommy, bursting into tears. What is wrong, Mommy? I asked, now starting to cry because I was scared. Mommy was wearing her cloak, and she then put her hood up, tucked me under her cloak, and began carrying me out. Mommy, I need my cloak if you're going to take me outside, I said. I know, said Mommy. So why can't I have it? I asked. Because it is gone, said Mommy. What? I asked. Mommy then rushed me outside and into the car as we were leaving my grandparents' apartment. I heard my dad scream at the top of his lungs. We then just sat down in what I think was the back seat of the car, but I couldn't tell because I couldn't see because she still had me tucked under my cloak. What is wrong? I asked. No answer came from Mommy. Can I stick my head outside? Can I stick my head outside of your cloak now? It is hard to see in here, I asked. Only if you look directly at me. I then popped my head out, and my mommy's face was bright red through tears. What is wrong? I asked. Your grandparents, answered Mommy. I know they were giving us all issues yesterday, but what is the problem? I'm not Catholic, and they don't like it. Oh. They also don't like that your father and I are not raising you Catholic. I see. Mommy then cried a little bit more, before I began talking to her again. So how long until you stop hugging me like this? My mommy kept on whimpering until my dad entered the car in his blue cloak. I gave the boys 20 minutes, said Dad as we were entering the car. Can I look at Daddy? I asked. Look, yes, but I still have to be the one to hold you, said Mommy. Daddy then sat down at the other end of the back seats in the car. It looks like you will be riding up to Robbinsog with your mother and I back here, said Daddy, hugging me with tears in his eyes. What happened? What happened? Why are we going home early? I asked. Because your grandfather thought it would be a good idea to throw your cloak into the fireplace with fire in it, thereby turning it to ash. You have no green cloak to segregate yourself from society with, so we need to take you back home right now, which means you all have to go back home. Why did he do that? I asked. You know what? I don't want to discuss my father at the moment, because I hate him, because he hates my wife, and I hate anyone who hates my wife. I tried being good to him for years by taking all my grandkids down here, because I thought 1 week enough a year was not good enough for him, but apparently it's not, said Daddy. Does that mean we are not going to come down to Orlando next year? I asked. Not just next year, but ever again. Oh, I groaned. Don't worry, I know this trip sucked this year, but I promise that next winter we will go somewhere special, said Daddy. Promise? I asked, sticking out my pinky. Promise, said Dr. Morcassius. Daddy then kissed me on the forehead, and then he began talking with Mommy. I'm sorry, Valerie, said my dad, as his voice was shattering into a million pieces. Our parents whimpered together for about the next 10 minutes. I wasn't, and I don't know why it could be. I was deep down happy inside. that this is how much my parents are devoted to each other, because it makes me happy when Mommy and I know that deep down, Mommy is happy because of how sorry Daddy is right now and how devoted he is to Mommy. Just then, I heard the trunk open and multiple things go in it, and then I saw Dr. Marcassius take the driver's seat. "Did you load my electric wheelchair into the trunk?" I asked. Yes, I did. But not your rocket toys," said Dr. Marcassius. What? Why not those?" I asked. "Because Sam got a hold of them and fired it at the statue of the Virgin Mary and knocked it onto a solid horse surface, thereby it shattering into a million pieces, just for revenge for what he did for you," said Dr. Marcassius. "What?" Mommy asked. "He just kept on loading rockets until it fell over, and when it fell over, it destroyed the rockets from all the sudden impact," Dr. Marcassius answered. "The Virgin Mary statue?" Mommy asked. "Yes," answered Dr. Marcassius. "We're still currently not loaded in the car?" Mommy asked. Sam, that is it," Dr. Marcassius asked. "What is he up to?" Daddy asked. "Probably physically fighting," answered Dr. Marcassius. That's his grandfather," said Daddy. "He's old," said Mommy. "No problem. He has done wrong by this family for so long, and this time he just crossed the line before he did to the cloak. And if I can drive fast, I can get us out of Orlando in time for the cops to miss us if Sam kills him by accident," said Dr. Marcassius. "Don't talk like that," said Daddy. "I don't care. He did wrong by someone who has already had a lot done wrong by him already," said Dr. Marcassius. "He is your grandfather," said Daddy. "He is also a piece of shit, because a piece of shit, even if you are a relative of mine, always overpowers the fact you are a relative of mine," said Dr. Marcassius, pointing his finger out of his red cloak. "You know, I always hated him, even when I was in Catholic school when I was younger, but I always tried to make sure you had at least somewhat of a relationship with him," said Daddy. "So why did you make us always spend time with him when you don't like him, and I know he moved to Orlando just to escape the fact we weren't being raised religiously like he wanted us to," said Dr. Marcassius. Because he is your goddamn grandfather, and more importantly, he is my father. You must spend time with him whether you want to or not," said Daddy. "And believe me, if I had my way, it would be not." Well, now it is or not. Period. End of discussion," said Dr. Marcassius. Just then, an orange-hooded figure came out of the apartment, meaning that Sam was done fighting, and I could tell he did it with his cloak on because his orange cloak looked all bent up and covered in soot. "What happened to you?" Dr. Marcassius asked. You don't know?" answered Sam. "I do, because I am your father. Look at me," said Daddy. Sam then took a look at Daddy, and one of his eyes was black. "Oh my!" said Daddy. Daddy even burst into tears. "Do you need me to stop and get you something on the way? Do you need me to stop and get you something on the way out?" I said. "Let's just head for Valdosta," said Sam. "Not Valdosta. We're going into Dork and then stop," said Mommy. "Okay," said Dr. Marcassius, turning at Sam. I think it was winking at him, but Mommy and Daddy couldn't tell, which was all a good thing. Sam didn't respond to me and assured me that the rest of the bills would be served properly in order for us to get to the return. Okay, guys, now just a heads up, I'm going to need to make a stop at that service plaza on the turnpike just north of Orlando," said Sam. "Fine, because I know it is for pain medicine," said Mommy.